All right. We are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. I need to fix this thing. This thing is squeaky as ever. Anyways, it is Thursday, January 4th. Hopefully, you're having a great day. And today we are this is like day one of building out our membership website. So I've kind of decided that, I decided this a long time ago that I need a membership website for the unconventional mindset. That's the direction that we want to go in 2024. So I need to build one. And I also need to build a membership template, which is what we're going to build kind of first and then organically grow into taking that into our unconventional mindset membership website. So that's what we're going to do over the next month or so. We're going to try to see how we can just kind of get this thing built out and out the door. So I think that's what we're going to probably focus on, like the next month or so on the live stream. In case, of course, there's anything else you want me to see, we might just do some variability here and there too, depending on how things are going. But yeah, that's what we're doing. And of course, what we do here on this live stream is we're trying to build ourselves a company or a series of companies or whatever the case may be that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And we started with Pixel Media, which was our web design and development company. And last year we made just under $100,000. And this year we're branching off into Pixel Pieces, which is going to be like our Webflow component and template library, which we're building, which this membership website is going to be a part of. And then we're also kind of expanding on this live stream and this whole unconventional mindset, which is just the documentation of the process of trying to do something or build something or just improving, your life or whatever circumstances you're in. Of course, for me, I'm trying to improve my financial freedom and my personal freedom. So yeah, don't have to rely on a boss, have my own job, be my own master in the sense, to be completely independent and to work for no one, right? And not to be dependent on anyone else to provide a job for me so that I can provide for my family, right? So, which is my responsibility as a father and husband, at least I think anyways. So, all that being said, where do we start? Of course, I started with Asana. I created this new project called Membership Website. So this whole project has this one goal that I set out here, which is launch the unconventional mindset. Maybe I'll just even zoom this in a little bit more. I know this Asana, the font is like super, super small, especially then when you get onto 4K. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to structure this project just quite yet. So I just put in one thing right now, and that's to create the initial outline for the functionality and features of the membership website. I figure that's a good starting point because that's kind of important. So we'll start off from where we went yesterday, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to kind of figure out what it is that our website actually is going to need. So yesterday when we were working on this document here, which we outlined the templates that we're going to want to build, and we're going to start with this membership one. And we kind of went over like the bare bones functionality of what this template needs, but we're going to kind of extrapolate that and get a little bit more specific into this actual membership website and what we need. And of course, that should encompass all these things that we need, plus some other things that are specific, I would imagine, for like this unconventional mindset, whatever we're going to call it, or whatever we're going to end up calling it. So with that being said, let's just copy this and let's go unconventional mindset. Is there a space there? Mindset membership website. Okay. So what we're going to do, this document outlines the requirements and functionality desired in the website. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple and straightforward, right? So, where can we go from there? All right. So, I don't know, part one. What do we need? What do we need? So just a question mark. So let's actually get back into our regular font here. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now the bullet points are blue. Don't know how that happened. Okay. So actually, maybe let's go part one. Purpose of website. The purpose of the unconventional mindset is to create a community of people that want to get together and learn how they can, I think we'll say, even specifically right now, initially, and learn how to build their own business or create their own income, right? Whether it's through business or through selling a product or whatever, right? So that's the initial one, and I actually want to go, if I could just check out something here in my Asana, because I think we have, right, I'm just looking here, the goal, right, to inspire people to start their own business so that they can live life with purpose and achieve financial and personal freedom. That's 100% right. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to highlight this here. Just so we can always just remember this, right? This is at the base of everything it is that we're doing with the unconventional mindset. Okay, we want to create, but in this case, we want to create a community of, I'll just say like-minded people. To learn how they can build their own business. To achieve their version, to achieve success. Then, I mean, everyone can define what success means for them. It's not a universal thing. Someone's success could be like, you know what, I just would love to just be able to make $2,000 a month, and then I could live off of that, if you don't have a family or whatever the case may be, and then I could just travel around and, do whatever it is that I want to do, surfing, or I don't know why I always get the surfer guy. But yeah, just to do whatever it is that they want. And then the other people might be like, well, I have a family and I have this and that, and I have this many obligations, and I need to generate, $10,000, $15,000 a month. That's the goal that I'm looking towards, right? So it's different for every single person. But I think the point is that people that want to learn from each other and be part of a community of people that are just really moving towards this specific goal, that's what I want to create. That want to, Right. And I think I need to be honest here as well, too, with myself, in that initially, like I've always said, my goal with what I'm doing right now is not to teach anybody in this stage of the game how to build $1 million business, because I don't know how to build $1 million business because I've never done it before. But what I'm doing is I'm documenting the process so that hopefully that when I do get there, that I will have this track record of, hey, look, this is what I've done. You know, if you don't believe me or whatever, you know, it's all online. It's all on the internet. You can just take a look at the step-by-step process that I went through. And then in time, I will be able to accumulate knowledge that will allow me to help point people in the right direction, right? So that's kind of thinking short-term and medium-term of what I want to do. So yeah, so it's being honest with, I'll make a note of this here. Initially, it isn't about teaching people how to make money, but rather it is sharing the process and the, you know, ups and downs of trying to achieve, you know, our goals. I mean, my goals, yeah, I mean, I guess I could just say mine. I mean, ours, because the whole idea is that a lot of people will come together and, you know, we'll talk about how we can achieve our goals, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, so I like that. Purpose here. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. And then part 2. What does the website need to do? So I'm just going to put down my thoughts here in terms of the types of people that I would hope to try, that would want to join. Initial thought is to appeal to people who enjoy the content that I produce and want to support me in my journey, because they either you know, get value from my content, they get maybe inspiration / motivation from me, or just would like to support or just support me. Just like to support me, just because some people like to support people that they enjoy watching on YouTube, right? I mean, why do people super chat people or join their membership or buy the product or whatever? It's because they get value from them. So that's the idea. It is not to sell a dream of, here's how you will get rich. So that is Gotta put that in bold. That's not what this website is going to be about. I don't sell dreams. I don't sell. Yeah, well, I mean, well, it's interesting now thinking about like Jordan, was it Jordan Belford or whatever, or the people that talk about sales. And you don't sell people on a dream, but you sell them on, the vision of what that person is going to be. And I think that one of the biggest things, or one of the easiest ways to understand this, is when you're thinking about selling like a gym memberships or like some kind of gym product. It's like, you don't tell them like, oh, it's got this much resistance or this many bands and blah, 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 all this whatever technical stuff. What you need to sell, if you're trying to sell it to somebody, is like, what are you going to look like in 3 months, or how are you going to feel in 3 months after, you've lost like 30 pounds and you put on 10 pounds of muscles, or whatever the case may be. Like, how are you going to feel? Like, what does that feeling bring to you? You're kind of trying to sell that emotion or whatever. Anyways, all that being said, that's not what I'm doing here. None of those sales tactics, which I don't even know anyway, so I don't even think that I could do that. Okay. So what does the website need to do? So, okay, let's break it down into two parts. Okay, we need a home for the live stream. And then there could also be additional content. And what do I mean by that? So there could be a thing where, actually, I'm not sure if this is where we want to do this, but I'm just thinking there could be a thing where we're doing our live stream and say, this is an episode, and then we end up creating something. Say we create some kind of PDF, just whatever, totally hypothetical. We create a PDF document, and then we want to have it live somewhere where someone could download those assets for, that particular stream, right? So there needs to be some place where we can have a repository of all the different assets. So thinking like a repository of resources. So, that could just be a resources tab. So we're going to have to put a little bit more thought into this, which is kind of why we're kind of planning this out before we even get to doing any kind of design. We need to know what the hell it is that we need to build. And we'll probably get to, I do have Photoshop ready to go here with my tablet. So we might get to drawing some stuff today. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. For the live stream, okay. So this is where I love the Ghost platform, where Ghost actually, whoops. I thought I'd opened up ghost.org. Where this actually incorporates, I think it's the newsletter into the actual application. So whenever you post something on your website, it actually sends out a newsletter to your audience, which is really, really cool. Does it even show? What does it show? For publishers? I don't know. It doesn't really show case here. But anyways, basically on this, if you have a membership website with Ghost, then I was going to say, who knows if we're going to go with Ghost. I don't think we're going to go with Ghost because we need to make a membership template for Webflow. What was I going with that? Yeah, so within Ghost, if you make a post and you publish it, it goes to your subscribers, and you can even pick out which subscribers you want it to send to. So yeah, so I think we're still going to want to have a blog / a newsletter a newsletter section. But I think how it's going to work is in terms of having when people subscribe. There's a guy I subscribe to. What's his name? Let me look it up here. Neil Patel. That's his name. So when his emails come in, he comes in most of the time. They're like a couple sentences. See if I can see a good one here. Oh, some of them are longer. Well, yeah, they're like a couple. This is a very short. Is it even going to come through? It doesn't look too good. Anyways, the point being there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines in this email. And then it's basically a link to his actual website where there's the actual post there. I don't know if it's because there's more information or whatever. So I don't know if you say he's forcing people onto his website, but he's trying to get people back onto the website. So you give just enough saying like, hey, I want to click on this because I want to learn more, instead of just getting all the information in the newsletter. So I don't know if I should think about doing a combination of both because I like the idea of writing more long form type of information because there's lots of things that I have been writing just in terms of my own documentation. And I would like to share it, but what's the best way to share it? So a place for long form written content, which can be used to, well, just and then duplicate content for a newsletter. But here's the thing. It would be amazing. Actually, can we? Let me look at something. So this goals platform, again, it takes your post and puts it into a newsletter. But can we do it with Zapier here? Let's look at can we do, or can I go to just like test? Give me one. Can I test one? Used to be a way where you can actually see. Okay, here we go. Let's try. So it's going to be Webflow. And then it's going to be pairing. Pairing with MailChimp. What do they have? So update MailChimp list with new Webflow form. Unsubscriber. A new subscriber joins. MailChimp, no. Update Webflow live items when new, okay. Send campaigns in MailChimp for new Webflow, okay. For a form submission. Not really a form submission. Yeah, we don't want, I think, basically when we create a new, can we change this? When we create a live item, we want to be able to build a new campaign. So the action needs to be not send campaign, Find custom. Create a new action using AI. Ooh. Template, email content, HTML. Oh, finds an existing. Oh, no, but create. So maybe we can. Anyways, I guess what I'm looking for is, can we do some type of automation where we write our blog post within Webflow and then we publish it and then it automatically kind of puts it out there. Or maybe we can just, maybe we can do it in Airtable or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's a little here nor there. But I guess basically what we're going to want to have to do is yeah. So create let's just say create blog posts. Create and display blog posts. Because I gotta think, what does it need to do? Yeah, let's keep this in mind. So it needs to list and organize as all live stream episodes, and maybe have additional content. Right. Okay. So what else does it need to do? So it needs to list and organize all live streams, create and display blog posts. Let's say create and display I'll say Simplecast podcast episodes. Because we have some old ones and there's also some new ones that I know that we're going to end up having on the platform. And okay. So we need to have subscription options for members. Yearly or monthly, yearly, lifetime. And I think that'll be something just like that. Options for members. This one has all live stream episodes. Okay. So for members, we're going to need to be able to do or I could just even say members only content. And what is that content, members only content, going to be? That could be live streams, events. Could be posts, newsletters. I mean, the same thing too. It could be posts, videos, podcasts. And what else do we have? Again, we got to keep things very simple because I know let's just write this here. I'm not sure what to call this. Gosh, what is going on with the color here? We'll just call this why join. Join slash perks of membership. So again, it's going to be what specifically, again, am I going to be offering? Am I going to be offering? So I don't know what to call this, but have an offers hours Zoom call where members can come hang out and work, talk together. And what else am I going to offer? I think, again, being super honest, is I think there wasn't anything else that I wanted to commit to at this stage of the game. And again, focused on because you love the content and work that I produce. So if that is what are the perks? So we're going to have, again, like office hours section, which again is just like a way to showcase past and present live streams and events. And I mean, this can be also communicated via email to all members. So what else do we need to do with the website? You're going to have the standard membership website where there's going to be access to the live streams, access to, or just not access, just almost like, you know, when you go to the blog section or you go to the live stream. So then it's just a list of basically like all the episodes and all the different, what am I thinking now? Like the blog posts now. So for example, let's just go and take a look at right now. So right now there's these articles, right, that I started writing, stopped because I know that we're going to be transitioning, but just like a list of all these articles. So that needs to be there, and that's going to be available for everyone. You don't need to be logged in to see that or to have access to that kind of content. And if there's any podcast episodes, you don't need to be logged in to see that content as well. Same with the live stream, whatever it is. However, we want to take what we've done here on YouTube and put it in a place where that you can find it or whatever on our website. Maybe that might not even be necessary because we might just move people to YouTube as well, because just watch it on YouTube. So, but anyways, all that information is going to be publicly available. And then we need to have a join page where you can join. And then when you do join, whatever perks that we're going to have, I mean, initially, again, I think it's going to be, there's going to be an office hours where I'll have a Zoom time where I'll be on Zoom and we could all kind of hang out together. Ask me questions or whatever. We could just work through projects or whatever, code, whatever the case may be. We could do that together, give us a chance to interact. And then maybe have some other type of content that is members only, but I don't know what that is going to be yet. But I think whatever it is, we can just be ready to create. Basically, it's a members only collection so that you can only access it if you're a member. And then when you're in the members only dashboard, it has a list of the different things that you can see as a member, right? Your navigation just changes, right? So So yeah, members only content. I think that's basically it. So in terms of functionality, so I guess we can say automatically, this is coming in, yeah, automatically add new members to members only email. And then we need to, what else do we need to do? What else does a website need to do? Does it need to do anything else? Don't need it to track anything, I don't think. Yeah, it's really initially a communication tool, almost a one-way communication tool for me to be able to put my content out there and be a single place where people can get in and have access to the resources that they want to have access to. And because if there's going to be other things where, oh yeah, I know. I'm just thinking where people are going to be able to interact with each other in terms of like having a Slack channel or a Discord. So that's not going to be built into the site at all because that's way too crazy to try to build something like that. So we'll have to have another tool for that. And we'll probably have some type of Slack/Discord members only community to chat. And it'd be great to use Slack and then have like a paid Slack plan, but that would be like way too expensive because that'd be like the whole cost of a subscription on its own. But I think you can have a private Slack where it's only invite only. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can make it private, a whole channel private or a workspace private if it's free. Probably, you would think so. But anyways, we'll find out. So yeah, we definitely need some type of communication tool. So that's all. I think that's all that we need the website to do. And if that's, yeah. Just trying to think if there's any other automations that I need to actually keep track of right here on this document. Because all the member stuff, I think we can hammer out those details later. Okay, so we have this. Let's get into Photoshop here. And hopefully this works here. Oh. Okay, is my pen working? Oh, sweet, it's working. All right, excellent. Let's get it to black though. This is way too big. Okay. So, with all that in mind, let's see if we can figure out kind of the flow of each page here. All right, let's stick this over here. Okay. So where's my cursor? Here it is. And oh yeah, I'm really bad. I'm still bad at this. I'm still gonna be bad at this. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Mahesh, how you doing today? Good to see you. Okay, so here we have, here's our home page. And I guess on the home page, we can throw out some of these things here that are going to need to be on the home page. And that is going to be a blog and could also be a podcast. And I'll also just put on like a video series, because these are basically going to be collections, you know, collection of blog posts, collection of podcasts and video series. And then when they're on the home page, it's just like, oh, you know, here's the 3 latest, whatever, click here to go more. And then you go to the actual page where that's all on there, right? So, and then there's going to be a subscribe. And then we're going to have, the subscribe to the newsletter. So it'll just be the free newsletter, not the members only newsletter. And then of course we want a join button. Right. How am I laying this out? I might need to lay this out a little bit differently. Another page. Here is our about page. Very simple. Just, I'm just going to even say static content. Static content. Oh, sorry about the horrible writing. Homepage, about page. And then I guess what we'll have this, I need to Control Alt C. Let's change this up considerably here. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So, although, did I not put this on a new layer? That's stupid. So that stuff's not even on a layer. All right, let me, maybe we haven't gotten too far. So let's go. So we have home. Let's go CMS items, blog, video, and then audio, and then of course our join. And then we have about, which is again just static text. Let's go here. And oops. Let's just paint over that stuff. Okay. Let's get back down to our good size. And then we're going to have switch our colors. Then we need to have a join page. Join / whatever, like membership. Okay. So this has the plans. And what else does it have? I guess just the plans. So then I'll have 3 plans. Right? $10, $100, and $1,500 for the plans. And I think in terms of the static pages, then of course, I don't know how the best way to illustrate this. Like under here, like under the home page, obviously we're going to have, here's the individual collection page. So this, as example, will be the list of all the blog posts in this specific category, whatever they clicked on. And then that goes down to be the, that's the post. Yeah, I know there's other tools to do this kind of stuff too, but I really like sketching things out. And I usually sketch things out on paper, pen and paper, which actually goes a lot better than this. But, you know, we make do with what we have. Okay. So we have the home about, we have the membership page. And then we do know just over here, we're going to have the portal, which is going to have a few different pages. It's going to have, actually, what pages are we going to have for this one? Yeah, we're going to have the sign up. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a sign up. We're going to have a sign in. And then we're going to have, there's a few different ones here for password. And I think there's going to be like a reset and like a forgot. Forgot passwords where you enter in your password or your email address, I should say. And then we'll send you a link and then another page where you can enter in the reset password information, the code, whatever the case may be. So yeah, home about, just the join page with the plans, and then those plans will directly lead into our sign up page. So we'll pass that data through depending on whatever button they pick, and then they can sign up. Okay. From there, now we just need to look inside the membership, right? Okay, so I guess what we'll have here is a dashboard for members only, which will have, again, it'll be CMS items of member only content. So an example of that will be the Zoom Hangouts. And then there could also be member only podcasts. And then also, what's the other thing I'm thinking of? just newsletters as well. Newsletters or just, yeah, posts basically. And then again, those go on to individual pages. I think I also want to have the ability to have like notifications. Slash announcements. So that would be kind of cool. I don't know if that's going to be, if that announcement should be a specific individual page, or if it should just be something that kind of shows up at the bottom or the top of a screen and then someone can X out of it and then that's it for the announcement. I feel like maybe it should have its own thing. So if that's its own thing, it would be here, right? Announce. Oops. Why am I not... what happened? What happened to my pen? Oh, I'm lagging. Announcements. Yeah, because we're going to want to have, it's going to want to have its own menu structure. I think when we're logged in. I guess we'll think a little bit more about that when we actually start designing these pages. So we are also going to need to have an account page. It's going to have to have like an update subscription or cancel. I mean, that's part of updating. And we also want to have newsletter, sub, unsub. So basically just have like a checkbox, you know, or you can have like a little pill button, you know. Do you want to be subscribed to this newsletter? And just slide yes or no. You can get to issues if they unsubscribe using the actual unsubscribe button in a newsletter and then they try to resubscribe here. You'll get an error with MailChimp saying you can't resubscribe a new subscriber or someone that's unsubscribed. So there could be some issues there, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. All right, and the dashboard, I mean, what kind of content is going to be on there? We're going to have to figure out how we're going to develop this content and what we're going to want it to say. But I can just imagine, you know, welcome to your account. Here's what's happening. Here's what has happened. Here are some information that you might want to check out. Like things that I'm working on. Yeah. There could be, I think there could be a commune. So I want to say like communication. Oh my goodness. With a question mark in, should there be a form here where users can fill out and get in touch with me? Email. I think this might be faster. I think what might be easier, is email for communication. I think I just want to make it pretty clear that email me anytime. This is it. I think, like, I know this is simple, but this is the bare bones of it in terms of what we need for our membership site. We need plans. We need the actual architecture to be able to sign people in and out, and we can gate our content and be able to show the content that we want to show only for our members. In terms of this is pretty straightforward. I mean, if every month I'm going to have a Zoom webinar or Zoom meeting or whatever the case may be, I could just create it in Zoom. Like, this could all even be automated as well. You just create it in Zoom, and then it creates a CMS item, and then once it creates that item, it just puts it on here. So then you have on here in the dashboard or wherever the case may be, it'll just be a collection of, hey, here's the one on November 1st, here's the one December 1st, January 1st, February 1st, whatever. Then you go back and see which ones have happened, and I don't know if they're going to be recorded or like whatever, just it'll be here. So the archives will be here as well, right? So when a new person comes in, say after 2 years, it's like, oh, wow, there's been, 50 personalized like podcasts or whatever the case may be that are members only, right? So, yeah. An account page, pretty straightforward, and then just a default way to showcase the users that are not signed in, just to showcase some other collection items. And we could get even a little bit more fancy, because we can also even have some of these collections come up in here. But we can gate only specific amount, like just show like the title, so gated content. So show like the excerpt, but then have the call to action to join, to continue, right? Continue. Oh, goodness. I feel like this is written by like someone who's cutting out pieces from like a what is it? Like a magazine. Is cutting out like letters and like sending it off somebody like a crazy. Basically, it looked like it's crazy. A crazy person writing here. Looks like I've had quite a few people jump in and out of the stream. Thank you so much for popping in and spending a little bit of your time with me. Yeah, we're just working away at trying to figure out how we're going to build this membership site, and we want to do it right from the get-go, which is why we're going to spend some time really trying to figure out what we want this website to do, which I think we already figured out. It's pretty simple. Okay, so I think what we need to do now, or next, is, since we know we kind of have the functionality, we didn't spell out every single thing in terms of how it's going to work, but I know how it's going to work. So I'm not handing stuff off to like another developer or anything like that. So it's just kind of me doing this whole thing. So we don't have to get too much into the weeds, especially at this stage of the game. But I think what we should do now is we should start to actually design each individual page. And we'll probably just use Figma or something like that. And then we'll just lay out all of our pages and go from there. Because once we lay them out in a kind of a more generic way, not really worrying too much about the actual look and feel of the site, but just the blocks of content and information, I think that'll be a good starting point for, actually starting to actually design stuff or whatever. And that'll be good because it'll give me some more practice with Figma, which I don't have a lot of practice with. If you guys have remembered me seeing some of my older stuff of working in Figma, Still have a ways to go for that in terms of getting good at it. Because I'm an old school designer. When I used to do layouts and stuff, I used to use Photoshop. I'm dating myself, 15 years ago, when you wanted to make a layout for a website, you'd use Photoshop. Or maybe if you're fancy, you'd use InDesign and have some like repeatable buttons and stuff like that. But now the tools are just so much better and so much cooler. Yeah, so anybody who's just getting into the game of web design now, it's like all the great tools, which is awesome. Okay, is there anything else? Am I missing anything else here? Is everything here that we need? It's very simple. It's going to be your home. It's going to be the collections. So we're going to start with the podcasts, with the newsletters. And we're going to have to figure out how we're going to display each live stream. That's going to be kind of big. And how I'm going to get the live streams from YouTube. Am I going to scrape them or whatever? Oh, that's going to be annoying. Maybe there will be a way to automate that process, but like automate the process whenever I go live to just pull the information from YouTube and just put it into Webflow if I'm going to duplicate everything. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so here's the plan. Where's I can't see anything. Okay, all right. So here's the plan. So we have our, what are we calling it here? So we have our sketches. We have our plan of kind of the whole architecture of how the website is going to go. So we're going to take that plan, and tomorrow we are going to jump into Figma, and we're going to start laying out the actual individual pages and what those are going to look like. So we can kind of start getting a feel for how this whole application is going to look and how the Webflow template is going to end up looking. Because that's first and foremost what we need to do here. We're building an actual template for people to be able to use to create their own membership websites. And once we get the bare bones completely done, then we can add on the specific things that we're going to want that are specific for the unconventional mindset. Or maybe we'll just make it all in one. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. And then people could drop and pick and choose the different collections that they want. Maybe they don't want a podcast, but they want a video thing. So we'll see. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. We're going to leave that there for today. So thank you so much for joining, for popping in. I really appreciate it. And we'll just get right back into it tomorrow. We'll go into Figma and we'll start fleshing this thing out even more. And then it'll be really fun once we start getting into Webflow, which is always I think that's where I have the most fun personally myself, is actually starting to build things. So anyways, thank you for joining. And as always, we'll see you back here for another live stream tomorrow. Until then, have a good night.